I guarantee you, this is the only Nomatic travel bag review you'll ever need to watch to know whether or not this is the bag for you. And if it's not, you're gonna wanna stick around to the end of this video, because I'm gonna make some alternative recommendations that I think will better suit your particular travel bag needs. And a special shout out to Safety Wing for sponsoring this video. More on them in a minute. Let's kick off this review by talking about the gist of the Nomatic travel bag. Nomatic are a pretty iconic backpack company at this point in time. Ultimately, it's a backpack that can be converted instantly into a duffel. We've got a clamshell style opening, ventilated shoe compartment, and a bunch of pockets for all your organizational needs, including one pretty nifty side access compartment. The size is 30 liters, which for most people is gonna be good for a 3 to 7 day trip, depending on how you pack. The style is very businessy, but with that we got a lot of boxiness going on, which you're either going to love or hate. The materials are highly water and weather resistant, which is the good news. The bad news is they're not very name brand-y, which is not my favorite at this price point. I'll talk a bit more about that in the next section. We've got one color option, black. It comes in weighing 3.3 pounds, which I think is fine given the size. Because of its construction and box-like structure, the bag looks the same whether or not it's empty or filled out. But I'm gonna show you exactly what it packs so you know whether or not it suits your travel needs. This is the bag on me. For reference, I am 5'8". And Nomatic does offer a lifetime warranty against manufacturing defects. And for all that, as of recording, this bag runs around 285 USD for the 30 liter and around 300 bucks for the 40 liter. And if at any point during this review you're like, Nomatic, life on the move, I'm all about it. That's the bag of my dreams. And you're gonna make a purchase, we do ask that you do so using the first link in the description. Reason being, that link makes sure that you get the best price, and it also helps to support the Nomads Nation YouTube channel, which we greatly appreciate. Thank you. But overall, yeah, the gist of this pack is it's ideal for digital nomads, remote workers, people who, work hard and play hard. And if that's your lifestyle, then you need a bag that can carry your tech gear, has durability, a bit of versatility, and is also comfortable to wear. But that's just what you need out of your backpack. But one other thing you need while traveling and digital nomading around the world is insurance. And as a digital nomad, I've been really impressed with Safety Wing. Safety Wing designs insurance for digital nomads and remote workers who need to be covered while they're outside of their home country. I've tried a bunch of types of insurance. I'm always insured when I travel. And let me tell you, insurance just always feels archaic and just terrible. But Safety Wing is really modernizing the industry. They offer simple policies that can be done online even at the last minute. Like I'm talking like you're on your plane about to fly to your destination, you can just get an insurance policy right then and there. Because you don't have to fill out a bunch of forms about where you're going and how long you'll be there and what time your flight arrives. It's just a simple subscription policy that you can cancel like Netflix whenever you're done traveling. And it covers you basically anywhere in the world. It's simple, it's easy, and if you want to learn more about Safety Wing, check out the second link in the description below. Remember, if this is your travel lifestyle, you want to take your health seriously. Accidents happen, it's best to be prepared. Learn more about Safety Wing in the description below. Back to this guy. Let's start with the front of the Nomatic travel bag. Not much to talk about. It's actually pretty minimalist. We got this front sort of like sheet with two materials, so we'll talk about the materials. This is like a PU coated ballistic nylon or tarpaulin, or it's not really identified on the website. This kind of irks me that Nomatic does this. They're a little mysterious about their materials. But this is the Nomatic way. But I like the way these two materials play off of each other. They are not name brand materials, but they're still highly weather resistant, which means it'll keep your gear dry. Even if you get caught in a rainstorm, you'll be good to go. Nomatic's branding could be a little more subtle. It's kind of loud. But interestingly, we've got a luggage pass-through sleeve right here in the front. It does force you to put your bag sideways, but honestly, for a bag this big, 30 liters, it's quite tall, so it might be taller than the actual handle of your suitcase. So you might not have a choice. And that's it. That was fast. But the middle section is gonna be a lot longer, so let's go ahead and talk about it. Let's chat about the middle of the Nomatic travel bag. Let's start on the bottom, and we have a compartment on the bottom, and you're like, Aaron, that's weird. Why is there a compartment on the bottom of a backpack? And I'm like, remember, this is not just a backpack. It's a backpack slash duffel. Above the pocket, we have a handle. These handles are nice because they're not like carry handles. You're not gonna wanna carry your bag around like this. That's not gonna work. But when you are popping the bag above the bin, right? This acts as a point of leverage. You can grab the bag, push it back in. These handles are much appreciated. On side number one, we have a big selling point for a lot of you guys out there, is a ventilated shoe compartment. Obviously, this is appealing more to the business type people. You might not want to wear your business type shoes when you're on your business type flight. But you got that important meeting on Friday for your business trips. You need your dress shoes. That's where these go. And it actually fits up to 2 pairs of size 12 men's shoes or 2 pairs of size 13.5 women's shoes. And one interesting little thing is that Nomatic is like, yo, ventilation, optional with the travel bag. You can keep it like this where it's non-ventilated, or you can go ahead and unzip this guy and then ventilation, and you can go ahead and put this part in here so it's out of the way, and now we have a more seamless sort of ventilation system. And unlike other ventilated shoe compartments, this has like a kind of cool design to it. I've never seen that before. Oftentimes just like 2 boring little holes. And then we have another handle right here, yet again, just kind of gives you a spot to grab your bag and move it around. Now on the top we have 3 pockets. This guy right here, water bottle pocket. A lot of y'all prefer your water bottles to be on the sides. They're accessible and not effing with any other gear. But Nomatic's like, hey, we're going for a chic business look. Can't have a water bottle hanging out of the side looking like a freaking amateur. So they made this waterproof pocket, right? So it's lined with a waterproof material. So if there is a spill, it's not going to damage anything in the main compartment. And as you can see, I got a 22-ounce Columbia water bottle here, and it fits a bit tight, but it definitely gets the job done. And the good news is if there is a leak, Nomatic included this little leakage hole right there. So it's not going to just stay sloshing around that compartment. You can drain it out, which is a nice touch. Next compartment, we have this spot on the top, which it's easy to know what goes in here because of the material. This is like a microfiber anti-scratch material, which means it's good for sensitive items that might get scratched, like reading glasses and or sunglasses. So I got my blue light filter glasses, helps me not get headaches when I'm working. And also should be mentioned that all of these zippers are PU coated zippers. Now beneath the water bottle pocket, we got this little U-shaped pocket, or C-shaped, and this one's a little more confusing to me because you got the water bottle, that's the water bottle right there. So it's sort of like taking space in that pocket. I'm not quite sure what I'd put there, but you can put whatever you want there. In the advertisement, they got a notebook in there, so let's do it. Notebook, and let's see if a regular book fits as well. I got my Moleskine and my How to Win Friends and Influence People, absolute classic. And yeah, actually that works pretty nicely. And also on this side, we have a beefy, chunky top handle. Unlike these side handles, this has got a lot of padding, sort of a softer material and a weather-resistant material on the top, because this is where you might want to carry your bag sometimes. Now let's talk about the last side, which is this sort of tech panel. And it should be noted, these zippers, not YKK, no name brand, but they get you inside to this compartment right here, which I do like when I'm in duffel mode, especially when I'm in duffel mode. In this pocket, we have a zipper pocket, an RFID zipper pocket, and 1, 2, 3 elastic mesh pockets, and sort of a little bit of an expansion option here as well. This whole compartment is good for tech gear, but really it's anything that you want quicker access to, right? Stuff that you don't want in the main compartment that you have to dig out. This is like things that you just want to be able to grab easily. Throw some of the things that I want to grab easily in there. All right, so I'm just gonna grab some stuff. I don't know exactly what's gonna fit in here, but let's play with it and see what Nomatic is bringing to the table. So we have an RFID pocket. That's pretty obvious what is intended to go in there. That's some sort of wallet, because RFID is this whole like, don't want your credit card stolen thing, and it's very controversial, and no one's probably gonna steal your credit cards, but just in case, good spot for your wallet. And for me, like, I'm gonna keep my wallet, cash, and passport kind of together, because it just is one consolidated location, so that's going there for me. Nice, safe, secure, yet easy to access, and we have lockable zippers, so if you do want to keep it extra secure, you can pop a lock on there, good to go. I don't think there's any key leash on this bag, so I'm gonna throw my keys in this pocket right here. Reason being, I don't need to access them super quickly, but I like them in one location where I always know where they are for any point in my trip. Tech stuff, I do like to use my Apple Magic Mouse, even if I'm at the airport, right? I'll put out my notebook and just use it. So I like to keep that close along with a couple batteries. These mesh pockets have a nice elasticity to them, soft, but good expansion. I've never had any problems with Nomatic's mesh pockets in the past. I got some wires. I'm gonna throw these in the next mesh pocket. Charging cable, backup headphones, and then I'll put my AirPods here. Now I've filled out these pockets a little bit more. There's no real space here, so I was thinking I was put like the Kindle or something there. That's not gonna happen. Let's see if it zips up. It absolutely does. Very clean. It still looks chic, right? Because a lot of this is like, if you're cool with the boxy look, which not everyone will be, but if you are, then this panel stays chic. It doesn't like get bulgy. It doesn't fall over. And even when using it, one thing that I like is that, yet again, it sort of stays neat. It stays tidy. It's not like all flimsy. There's a little bit of padding in there to make sure that it maintains its shape. And That's good because it's just easier to use. It just looks better and feels better at the price point. Let's talk about the back of the Nomatic Travel Bag. So first up, let's get into the actual main compartment. You might be thinking to yourself, Aaron, but the main compartment, that's the middle of the bag, and it kind of is, but it's actually accessible on this bag via the back. So you have this panel right here, which is the back panel, which I'll talk about in a sec. I'm not crazy about it. And then you got 2 zips on this back panel, and boom, now we're in the main compartment. Now, a note about the main compartment. You can see right here that we have the glasses, the water bottle, and the shoes, right? These pockets are infiltrating, they're invading the main compartment, which all backpacks do, but the Nomatic especially more so, especially with this shoe compartment, especially if you're packing 2 pairs of shoes in there. Remember, I only got 1. So keep in mind, if you're using that water bottle pocket, you know, as opposed to on the exterior where it doesn't take up space in the main compartment, and you're carrying 2 pairs of shoes, that you're gonna have significantly less space to be able to pack with. And that's fine depending on your packing style, but something very important to keep in mind. One cool thing that on this glasses pocket, like I said, it's a microfiber material, which means that it's a good spot for your phone as well. So if you wanna charge your phone, you can put a battery in here and sort of wire it through. It's not very set up very well. It's not something that I would use, but just so you're aware. Let's put some stuff in this compartment so you can see how it packs out with the shoes. So you can see right here, I got a packing cube from Tortuga. Go ahead and put that right there. And yeah, I mean, like you can still fit stuff. There's 5 to 7 days worth of shirts and pants in here. So, you know, even with 1 pair of shoes in there, you push it around, there's room. I've got an undies and socks packing cube, a big bathroom kit. I'm not sure if this will fit. You might wanna travel. Okay, cool. All right, we got some space. And yeah, I could pack more stuff. As you see, I got some space, but I just wanna kind of keep it light, and I wanna explain sort of how the tech compartment works with this as well. So you can see right here, there is no individual designated tech compartment. It's a part of the panel of the main compartment. But you can see my 13-inch MacBook Pro slides on in, fits perfectly. I'd say it might fit up to a 16-inch, but do not quote me on that. Reach out to Nomatic customer support just to be sure. And then also you got iPad sleeve, good for a tablet. Nice. And let me get a little cheeky and just throw a keyboard in there as well. We've got a little bit of padding here, enough to make me feel comfortable about it, especially on the back side, there's a bit of padding. But I do like the false bottom here. You can see we got a couple inches from the ground, which is nice, right? Just in case you drop the bag, you're less likely for your laptop, tablet, any tech gear to get damaged. You can see, yeah, it still elevates it a little bit, and yeah, now we're rocking and rolling. But now let's pull it all together with the ways to carry this sophisticated business-looking backpack. Because as I mentioned, you have 2 ways, which is backpack mode and duffel mode. Let me quickly talk about both real fast. For the duffel mode, we got this basic mesh webbing and then sort of the duffel handle right here. A little bit of padding, not much, but enough to get the job done, and a couple of buckles to give you a tidier duffel carrying experience. And the duffel mode doesn't have like a lot of room. Like this is kind of as loose as it gets. It's kind of a tighter duffel experience. You're not gonna go into like shoulder duffel mode. This is as loose as it gets. But then when you wanna go into backpack mode, it's quite cool. You just unbuckle and then 2.5 seconds from duffel mode to backpack mode. And that's really what this bag is bringing to the table, which is really unique and different. No other bag does this. And that might mean something to you. It might be very important to you. And if so, that's, you know, welcome to the Nomatic cult, because they got some hardcore fans, man. And they just love like this. But it should be noted to like have that quick change of duffel mode to backpack mode. You just got this like duffel handle just chilling here all time. Just straight up just like, what's up guys? I'm here to stay. Where's the party? Now let's talk about backpack mode. These straps are pretty comfy actually. Decent padding, decent foam, nice ventilation on the underside, good for breathability. And for extra comfort, Nomatic has included a sternum strap. Sternum straps are great because they help redistribute the weight from your torso, from your back to your torso. But we got some excess dangle here, $285 for this bag, and you couldn't have given me a little web holder just to kind of maintain that. It's like you want this sleek business look, but not here, you know? Nomatic, come on dudes, we've talked about this. But the good news is that if you're not into sternum straps, these are removable, but I wouldn't take them off unless you really hate them because they can be a to put back on. Also, no dangle stopper on the shoulder straps as well. It should be noted though that like there's some weirdness with these backpack mode because it doesn't go super loose, which is fine for me because I like my bag tight. But there's not a lot of like leverage or like extra nylon here because they have to make sure that it fits into backpack mode and duffel mode. And that's just sort of one thing to note on a bag like this. Any bag that tries to do 2 things is never gonna do either thing perfectly. There's always a sacrifice. There's always something that you have to give up to make that sort of fusion work. Case in point, another thing that Nomatic gave up to make this work is the back panel. Now, normally on a nice backpack, this Tortuga, for example, travel backpack, you can see this back panel, right? Really well padded and nice ventilation. You got this 3D mold for a very comfortable carrying experience. Nomatic, on the other hand, said, well, we're trying to do this 2-in-1 duffel thing, and it needs to look good both ways, and it doesn't want to look weird when you're carrying it in duffel mode, like there's a back panel here for a backpack, so they just cut it. Which for the aesthetics, nailed it. But when you're wearing it in backpack mode, it's not going to be anywhere near as comfortable or breathable as a bag like that would be. And the reason that we know this is because, I don't know if you're aware, but here on Nomads Nation, we're actually building our own backpack. That's right. And we're considering doing some 2-in-1 kind of stuff and maybe some expansion stuff, and there's a lot of options out there. But the cool thing is that we're actually documenting this entire experience of us building the backpack on this YouTube channel, and we're getting you involved in the action. So if you want to vote on some of the key features of the bag that we're building and get an insider look at the process that it takes to actually build a game-changing backpack, then check out the third link in the description below. That'll bring you to our Building a Backpack homepage. It'll show you more about our project, and you can sign up and get voting right away. Hope to see you in your inbox. But to help with the comfort, although the back panel kind of sucks, there are add-on waist straps, which will help increase the comfort. And these waist straps have quick access pockets, which are quite nice as well. Perfect for a passport, I think. Let's see, oh yeah, meant to be passport size, which is great. So it means when you're wearing the bag, you got your waist straps right here, easy to grab your passport out, take it. I would definitely say if you got the money to spare for a backpack this size, that is sort of lacking some basic comfort elements, such as a nice back panel and like load lifters. Throw a couple extra bucks into these. You'll love the functionality and the durability and the comfort of just having that. It's definitely worth the extra bucks. And whoa, Nomadic's using Woojin. Okay, so Woojin, one of the best and most durable hardware makers out there. So I'd love to see this from Nomatic. Get the hip belts. Okay, let's talk about the overall pros and the overall cons of the Nomatic Travel Bag. Pro number one is gonna be that really cool sort of transition between backpack to duffel mode. It's seamless. It's pretty awesome. Pro number two is a pretty chic, businessy look. And pro number three is a ton of organization for all of your tech and travel gear. But I got some cons, and here they are. Con number one, at the price point, this bag could have used some better materials and hardware and zips. Con number two is going to be a lack of back padding on this back panel. And con number three is, while the whole backpack duffel mode is cool and fun and interesting, it does come with some sacrifices to the functionality of the bag. But like I said, there is literally a Nomatic cult out there. I'm talking to all you Nomatic fans. I listen to you. I respond to every comment on this channel. And you're thinking about purchasing this backpack or a different Nomatic backpack. We do ask that you do so using the first link in the description, because that link will give you the best price, and it will also help to support the Nomads Nation YouTube channel, which we greatly appreciate. Thank you. But in case you're not sold, like Aaron, I stuck around. You promised some alternative recommendations. Give them to me, baby. Here they are. You might be thinking to yourself, what was that other bag? I'll show you. Alternative recommendation number one is going to be the Tortuga Travel Backpack. Awesome for you if you're looking for a businessy, techie backpack, but comfort is a bigger priority for you. This guy's got load lifters, hip belt, sternum strap, adjustable torso. It's got it all. It's the most comfortable travel backpack on the market, in my opinion. And to learn more about it, just navigate down to the description and you'll find a link to our full review. Alternative recommendation number two is going to be the Aer Flight Pack. It's definitely smaller than the Nomatic Travel Bag, but it has all that versatility from going to briefcase mode, to duffel mode, to backpack mode, and it's bringing a little different look to the table. To learn more about the Aer Flight Pack, navigate on down to the description below, where you'll find a link to our full review. And alternative recommendation number three is going to be the Black Ember Forge. Yet again, a lot of versatility, briefcase, duffel, backpack, but a really different sort of design look and a lot better materials. To learn more about the Black Ember Forge, take a look below and you'll find a link to our full review. A special thanks again to Safety Wing for sponsoring this video. If you're still watching this video, it probably means that you have like a work-travel relationship. You're on the road and you need to make sure that you're covered. I've tried them all. I used to do World Nomads, they were okay. But really, Safety Wing just changed the game for me. It's so easy to use. It doesn't feel like I'm getting insurance. It's just like this thing that you just like kind of click and then you're good, and then it's there when you need it and you stop it when it's not. I can't recommend it enough. And to learn more about Safety Wing and their totally rad insurance policies, take a look at the description below to find more information. My name's Aaron, this is Nomads Nation, and we'll catch you next time.